What's the matter? You got another man? Is he fine? Tell me, darling, does a man have an ass like mine?
Prince's sex appeal wasn't accidental. It was a carefully constructed part of his brand. His image combined elements of Black beauty, particularly features that were traditionally associated with Eurocentric standards, with a uniquely queer twist.
About you and your friends versus me and the revolution. So they come out, right? And I look at them and they still got on the same they was wearing at the club. The shirts against the blouse. And when I said that, this look came on his face. He ice drilled me. Play ball. He was crossing cat, like I was crossing me up, snatching it down.
Shoot the J. Shoot it! Let's run a play. Computer blue. Darling Pickett.
You want to be bent over in front of a cat like that, you know what I'm saying? Prince was incredible.
He embodied a new form of Black masculinity that challenged what was considered attractive or acceptable in the mainstream.
One time for your mind, 2 times for your soul, 3 times for the guys, 4 times for the bros, 5 times for the kids, 6 times for the heavens. Got a little loose and I forgot to get the 7. Yo, so put a hand on your heart, say no matter what, I'm gonna love myself. Yo, so put a hand on your heart, say no matter what, I'm gonna love myself.
Prince's appearance has often been described as pretty or androgynous, particularly in contrast to the typical hypermasculine ideals that dominated the 1980s music scene. His lighter skin and fine curly hair, features that are often associated with European beauty standards, allowed him to be seen as acceptable and beautiful within the commercialized entertainment world. However, this wasn't a mere coincidence. It played into a long-standing dynamic of colorism and pretty privilege in both the entertainment industry and Black culture. Pretty privilege is an unspoken benefit granted to those who meet societal beauty standards, and it plays a significant role in how public figures are perceived and treated.
Well, who is Prince's woman, if you will?
Prince doesn't have really a woman.
No?
Not one. You can't single out any woman. One that owns his heart?
Yeah.
I don't know. You tell me.
Well, I don't know. But, I mean, are you one of his women? I mean, what is
No,
I'm just curious to know what the relationship with
anymore.
you him.
I don't see him anymore.
Huh?
We don't see each other anymore. I think it's really nice that Prince has given a lot of different women a lot of chance, because I don't know any other people that are like that. You know, that really give you a chance to go out and have a career.
In Prince's case, his physical features granted him a certain level of access and adoration from mainstream audiences, but this was not without complication. His lighter skin, wavy hair, and pretty appearance gave him an advantage in a world that often devalues darker-skinned Black men. Despite the privilege these features may have afforded him, Prince never let them define his artistry or limit his image. His challenge to traditional gender roles and his rejection of hypermasculine tropes showed that his appeal wasn't merely about his physicality. It was his ability to combine sex appeal with something far deeper, with vulnerability and confidence and the courage to be different. Prince's androgynous image also played a crucial role in his challenge to the traditional norms of Black masculinity. In a culture that often celebrates dominant, muscular, and hypermasculine Black men like Michael Jordan, Shaft, or even the stereotypical figures found in 80s rap and R&B, Prince was unapologetically different.
Because of some of the stances that I take, people are going to have different viewpoints of me depending upon which side of the fence they're sitting on. You know, like we were talking about the music industry, a merchant would have trouble being called a bean counter when in fact they know that's true. They'd be hard pressed though to try to sing a song with me. So I don't really care so much what people say about me, because it usually is a reflection of who they are. For example, if people wish I would sound like I used to sound, then it says more about them than it does me. If I change the lyrics to a song, then it begs the question, why do you want me to curse? Why do you want me to talk like other people? See, cursing was cool when nobody was doing it, or just a couple people. You know? Yeah, like if...
Can we hear Erotic City one more time? Can we hear Head one more time? Dirty Mind one more time?
You mean me perform it?
Can you perform them, please, one more time?
Why you want me to perform it?
Because they are songs that, as you talked about before, I grew up with. But I think people would be much more interested in finding out if you'll ever play them, and if you won't, or if you will, why or why not.
Well, I posed the question to you. What should we do with the 13-year-olds that are in the audience when I go into those particular numbers? Go.
The same thing you did with them when you were playing them on the Love Sexy tour. Go.
Well, I didn't play them like that on Love Sexy tour. And there weren't a lot of 13-year-olds out there then. It's a different day and age now. You got kids that, you know, because of the advent of MTV, it's a whole different vibe then. And also, you know, I was younger at that point. You know, I'd like to think I'm a little bit more responsible. How about you?
I still like to hear Erotic City, but that's me. I'm old and responsible.
You got the record pot.
I'm old.
His fashion choices, his sexual fluidity, and his ability to embody both masculine and feminine energy were a challenge to the Black male identity that had been shaped by decades of oppressive societal expectations. Black masculinity, particularly in the United States, has been shaped by a complex history of survival and resistance, with ideals that emphasize strength, stoicism, and dominance. Prince, by contrast, refracted these ideals through a lens of emotional openness and fluidity. He demonstrated that Black men could be both sexual and emotionally vulnerable, both strong and gentle, without being judged as less than. By performing in tight pants, high heels, and with long hair, Prince disrupted the expectations placed on Black men, creating a space for an alternative form of Black masculinity. He made Black male beauty not just about physical strength, but about emotional depth, artistic vulnerability, and an undeniable sexual appeal that existed beyond traditional norms. Prince embodied a kind of resistance to the commodified, stereotypical image of Black men in mainstream media. Commonly white spaces could be seen as part of the system of commodifying Black bodies for mass consumption. Yet Prince didn't let that confine him. While some saw Prince as too pretty or not Black enough, others saw him as a symbol of complex Black identity. His sexuality, often fluid, never conforming to heteronormative ideals, further confused critics, forcing society to confront the idea that Black men could be sexually desirable without fitting into rigid conventional molds. In many ways, Prince became the epitome of Black beauty, someone who defied the boundaries of what it meant to be both Black and beautiful. He made space for the exploration of Black sexuality outside of the stereotypes of the strong Black man and the hypersexual trope. He made himself both a commodity and a protest, a revolutionary act of resistance in a world that often tried to limit the boundaries of Black masculinity.
What I'm getting from you is that you were very much in touch with both sides of yourself, your masculine and feminine side.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And always have been. And so people grow up thinking that you're weird or that you're gay because of it, and that never bothered you?
Hey, whatever floats the boat.
Whatever peanut butters your jelly.
Yeah, there you go.
Being of smaller stature, did it ever make you question yourself, question your, I don't know, ability to get dates, get women in the beginning?
No, it questioned my ability to play basketball because I like to hoop, but
Knew him as Prince, he was romantically linked with Shayna Easton, Kim Basinger, Vanity, and Apollonia.
You ever, run into your past girlfriends or?
very seldom.
Very seldom?
No.
What's your
Funny
relationship with them?
None. I mean, once I got married, it was just the phone stopped ringing.
Really?
It just stopped ringing. Yeah.
What would you like to say about your relationship? Will it be forever?
Yeah, it will be forever.
See in him the freedom to be themselves, to be true to yourself, flaws and all. What are your thoughts on this subject? Do you have a favorite Prince song? Let me know down below. And thank you so much for listening to Books and Looks TV. I'll see y'all next time.
I was brought up in a black and white world. Yes, black and white. Night and day, rich and poor, black and white. And I listened to all kinds of music when I was young. And when I was younger, I always said that one day I was going to play all kinds of music and not be judged for the color of my skin, but the quality of my work.